Now, the debate over asylum seekers is likely to dominate when federal parliament resumes this week for the last sitting week before the lengthy winter's break. For more, our political editor Lyndal Curtis joins us now from Canberra. Lyndal, good morning. It appears at this stage any chance of a compromise appears pretty slim.
Yes, well, government ministers have been calling for some sort of compromise to occur. It does appear very slim at the moment. What you have with the Labor Party positions is the Labor Party wants its Malaysian solution to be legislated. Of course, the High Court knocked it out. The government says it needs legislation to do any offshore processing, whether it be on Malaysia, whether it be on Nauru, or whether it be on Manus Island. Now, the opposition says it doesn't want Malaysia because Malaysia's not a signatory to the Refugee Convention, although that's not a policy they apply when they say they want to turn back boats to Indonesia, because Indonesia isn't a signatory either. But certainly the signals you're getting from the opposition are that they are not prepared to compromise. This is what the opposition leader, Tony Abbott, said yesterday.
What's needed here is not more bipartisanship, but effective policies. What's needed here is not compromise for compromise's sake, but policies that work. It's not the opposition's policies that have failed here. It's the government's policies that...
Tony Abbott there and Lyndal. At the same time, though, there are sizable blocks of MPs on both sides of Parliament who are wanting their leaders to, in fact, change their positions and at least reach out and offer some sort of compromise.
Yes, there are some MPs who want some compromise. We heard at the end of last week from Liberal Mal Washer. You also have MPs like Judy Moylan and Russell Broadbent from the Liberal side who are unhappy with their party's positions. But the reality is, I spoke to a Liberal on Friday who said that while they want Nauru, what underpins their policy is the issue of temporary protection visas, because they say it's that prize of permanent residency that you need to not offer to people who come to Australia by boats. Now, I don't think there's any way the government would move to accept any sort of temporary protection visa. The government's always said that was the reason why more women and children were put on boats. So it does seem that the room for compromise is pretty slim. While there might be some will there from some MPs from both sides, certainly I don't think there's any way at the moment to find a compromise that both the leadership of both parties will agree to. And
just finally, Lyndal, even if the government wanted to cut the coalition out of any negotiations, its hands are still tied given the still very firm position of the Greens against any resemblance of offshore processing.
Yes, and that's why the government needs the opposition to come to the party. What we have been left with after the High Court decision is effectively something akin to the Greens policy. It's onshore processing only and no offshore processing. The Greens won't countenance any move to return to offshore processing, so the government needs the opposition's numbers to get anything through the Senate. It does have its own legislation, which it has not put to a vote yet in the lower house. There's also the bill by independent Rob Oakeshott. If it could get anything through the lower house, it would still be stymied in the Senate.
Lyndal Curtis in Canberra. We'll go back to you later in the program.
Thank you.